great summer. Very great summer. So, I want to give due respect. Bring on first leadership of the city so that they can address you. As you see on the news and some other outlets. But we are all here together in person, ready to move forward as one city, as one community, no matter who we are. So I want to bring first Councilman Nick Mosby.
Nick.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Come on, we can do better than that. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We do better than that when we're watching football on Sundays. We need to do the same when we're talking about our communities. You understand? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
We stand here together shoulder to shoulder, understanding and knowing that it's critically important that we take back our communities and our streets. And we know that starts with the men. So I would like to salute Munir for bringing all of us together and for setting this up. I grew up in a 3-bedroom household with 6 women, the only man in my household. My mother grew up without a father. We have to stop this tide. And it's critically important for us to come together and make sure that we know where we're going and what direction we're in. The women have been trying to hold up our community for far too long.
Right.
Once again, the women have been trying to hold up our community for far too long.
Right. Yeah.
And it's with brothers like Munir with the fortitude to bring brothers together to say enough is enough.
Right.
To say I don't care if you live in East Baltimore or West Baltimore. I don't care if you're going home to a mansion or you have no idea where you're going to sleep. At the end of the day, it's about our children. And it's about those corners, it's about our neighborhood, and it's about our city. See, what we're doing today is bigger than us. It's bigger than a title like a councilman or a mayor or a Munir. It's about us coming collectively together for generations of unborn to save our communities and save our cities. The one thing I would like to say for everybody today, it's critically important that the message that we gain from today doesn't start or stop with us here. Do we understand? It doesn't start or stop with us here today. This is something that's supposed to be a springboard, a catalyst for us to move in a new direction in our cities. Whether you're from West Baltimore, East Baltimore, I don't care. We are all one community. We are all one man, and we need to stand up for our communities. Thanks for coming out, and I look to continue to partner with you in the future. Thanks, Munir.
Good evening, Baltimore. Good evening. We're going to do that one more time. Good evening, Baltimore. Good evening. That's what I like to hear. I'm City Councilman Brandon Scott, and I'm here today to say that the men in Baltimore are no longer asleep. We are wide awake this evening, are we not?
Yeah.
Are we not?
Yeah.
We're going to be wide awake tomorrow, are we not?
Yeah.
There's a war going on in our streets, y'all. Every day. And the war starts and ends with the men, as my colleague says. The war starts and ends mostly with our young black men. Too many of our young men do not have fathers or positive role models in their life. As many of you know, I grew up in Park Heights. But unlike my friends, I had a lot of strong men in my family. They're all here with me today. My dad, my uncles, my cousins. Everybody's here with me today.
Yeah.
The key to our city, y'all, is repairing our family and our community structure. That is the key, nothing else. And that starts with men stepping up, getting involved, taking hold of our streets, taking hold of our families, and taking hold of our communities. That's what we're here to do today. We're here to show everyone that we mean business, not just today, not just tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, the next decade. We're going to be here and we're going to take our city back, one by one, person by person, young man by young man. So as we're out here today, think about what you're going to do tomorrow, what you're going to do next week to make a change in the life of a young person, what you're going to do next week to make a change in your community, because it starts with the men. Like my colleague said, we can no longer stand on the backs of the women and let them bear the brunt. We have to be what the man is supposed to be, the king, the leader, the foreseer, the provider. That's what we have to be. We can no longer be subsidiaries to our women. We can no longer teach our young men that disrespecting our women is cool.
That's right.
We should have honor and respect for ourselves first, for them, our families, and our community. And I want to thank all my colleagues for being here with me today. And I'm going to bring up, right on point, Because it wasn't a man that gave me my chance in service. It was a woman that took a chance on a poor boy from Park Heights and said, I think you can be somebody.
Come on. That's right.
While the men were shunning me away. While they were nervous. If y'all didn't know it, that's Joe. He always acts like that. So I'm going to bring up the 49th Mayor of Baltimore City, Mayor Stephanie Rawlins.
Yeah.
Good evening, Baltimore.
Good evening.
I'm very humbled and honored to be here for so many reasons. I know that I am here as mayor, but I have so many roles this evening. On the off chance that I'm the only woman that will speak this evening, I'm going to speak from that perspective and tell you that I don't think you're going to find a woman in Baltimore, head of household, that's working 1, 2, 3 jobs, trying to make it on her own, that would say she wouldn't like some help. That she wouldn't prefer it if the man in her life was not there. To be in that role that I believe you all were destined to be. The councilmen, both of them were right. You have awakened. You understand what your role is. And speaking on behalf of the women of the city, I say thank you.
You're welcome.
Because we cannot do it alone. I know that many of you were probably raised by strong black women, strong, your mothers, your grandmothers, your aunts, your godmothers, but, sometimes I think about that song that Whitney Houston sang in The Bodyguard. I might look strong, but at night, when I go home, I'm not trying to be strong alone. That's where you come in. And we'll do it because we have to, but not because we want to. We want to be in partnership with the men in our lives, with the men in our family, with the men in our community. I know in the bottom of my heart, if things are going to turn around in our city, our friends in the press and on social media and everything else, they want a scapegoat. Oh, it's the mayor's fault. Oh, it's commissioner's fault. It's Mel Russell's fault. Oh, it's this person. If they think that one person, I don't care what position you're in, if one person is going to be able to change what's going on, to me it's just foolishness. Because while we're sitting around scapegoating, our family is dying in the street. The second you point a finger, what do they say when you're little, right? You point a finger, four pointing back at you. That's what this is about. What are you going to do?
Right.
What are you going to do?
Right.
We have to.
Right.
Right down the street over the weekend, we had a rally. It was a peace rally. The faith leaders of our city came together to say that we have to take back the street. And I said, at that point, I said, we have a problem because our young black men don't understand their value.
Right.
They don't understand their wealth. Somebody told them that they were worthless and they believed it.
Go ahead.
I said, I can tell them different. I said, but the men in our community, they need to hear it from you.
Yeah.
These men that didn't have a man in the household need to hear it from you. So on behalf of the women of Baltimore, I'll say on behalf of me as mayor, but on behalf of the women of Baltimore, I say thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for standing up. Standing up for your family, standing up for your community, standing up for your city, standing up for our family, the men in our community who don't know their own value, don't know that hope belongs to them, that better belongs to them.
Right.
Thank you.